And I would go to bed at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, please let me go to bed, because if I slept, at least I couldn't feel the hunger.
It took many years for Bill and Ida Koch to put to rest feelings of animosity towards the Germans, who brought extreme poverty to their hometown of Amsterdam, starting in May of 1940.
My mother was German.
Okay.
And she came to Holland in 1931 to marry my father and became automatically Dutch. So in the war, if she would have said she was German, we would have everything. But my mother said, no, I'm Dutch. So they starved us.
Ida's grandparents' house was bombed twice during the war. In fact, the airplanes flew over almost constantly during the evening, not to mention the shelling, which is probably why a lot of people their age slept during the day and spent their night times up.
In 1941, 1942, the Germans, in the night, 9 o'clock, flew their aircraft to bomb London. A lot of noise, nobody could sleep. And they were shooting the whole night, almost. And they used tracer bullets, so it was like fireworks. Very pretty, with a lot of noise and scary.
Here in Ottawa, there certainly is a very strong connection with Holland, and when we think of Holland, we often think of the tulips that are so plentiful here in the nation's capital. But after the food supply was pretty much cut off to Amsterdam in about 1943, it's tulips that many of them survived on.
The consistency is like an onion, right, but it is tasteless. I was 70 pounds, I believe, at 9 years of age. Quite a big boy, strong boy. When the war finished, I was still 70 pounds, but I was almost twice as tall.
The Kochs arrived in Canada in 1956, driven here because there literally was nowhere to live in their home country. In Ottawa, Doug Hempstead for the Ottawa Sun.